Guide to Prosperity. Once upon a time, in a faraway town, there lived a young woman named Maria. Like many in her town, she wanted a financially secure life with personal fulfillment. With this in mind, she set out on a journey to fulfill her dreams. Little did she know it would be filled with trials and lessons, resulting in a guiding set of principles she would later share with the world. Maria had always been a dreamer, but her thoughts were often scattered and unfocused. This left her frustrated, as she would start one project only to abandon it halfway before jumping into another. Tired of her constant procrastination, she decided to seek advice from Mrs. Bennet, a retired financial advisor. This elderly woman, known for her wisdom, financial expertise, and kindness, welcomed Maria into her home. As they enjoyed tea together, Mrs. Bennet shared her personal guide to achieving true prosperity. She offered to mentor Maria, who eagerly accepted and listened as Mrs. Bennet outlined the steps needed to change her life. Lesson 1. Set clear and achievable financial goals. Maria realized she had been living paycheck to paycheck with no clear direction. She took a deep breath, sat down with a pen and paper, and wrote out her goals. Save for a home, start a small business, and build an emergency fund. With her goals clearly set out, Maria felt the first spark of empowerment. Lesson 2. Live within your means and avoid debt. Maria had been guilty of overspending, often tempted by the latest gadgets and trends. She outlined a budget, cut unnecessary expenses, and resisted the lure of credit cards. It wasn't easy, but the peace of mind she gained was worth it. Lesson 3. Save and invest regularly. With her finances under control, Maria opened a savings account. She started small, putting away a portion of her income each month. Slowly but surely, her savings grew, and she ventured into the world of investments. At first, the stock market seemed daunting, but with determination she persisted with consistency and patience. Lesson 4. Continue to educate yourself on personal finance. Maria knew she had to keep learning, so she continued to learn more about personal finance. She devoured books, attended seminars, and even took an online course on financial management. The more she learned, the more confident she became in her decisions. Lesson 5. Surround yourself with supportive and knowledgeable people. Maria soon realized she wasn't alone on her journey. She came to understand the value of surrounding herself with wise, like-minded individuals. Following her mentor's advice, she joined a local financial literacy group where she met others walking similar paths. They exchanged experiences, shared tips, and offered mutual encouragement. Maria thrived in this supportive environment, enjoying the camaraderie of these people who uplifted one another. Lesson 6. Develop a positive mindset and focus on gratitude. As Maria's financial situation improved, she embraced the importance of being grateful and staying positive. She kept a gratitude journal where each day she wrote 3 things she was thankful for. This practice kept her grounded and fueled her motivation to keep going. Lesson 7. Seeking multiple sources of income. Inspired by this idea, Maria turned her passion for baking into a side business. She started small, selling homemade cookies at local markets. The extra income not only padded her savings, but brought her joy and a sense of accomplishment. Lesson 8. Take calculated risks and be open to new opportunities. As her business grew, Maria learned the importance of taking risks. She expanded her product line and opened a small bakery. There were challenges along the way, but Maria approached each one with a blend of courage and caution, never afraid to step outside her comfort zone. Lesson 9. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Despite her growing success, Maria never lost sight of the importance of life balance. She ensured that her pursuit of prosperity didn't come at the expense of her happiness. She had regular health checkups and made time for her family, friends, and hobbies. Lesson 10. Give back to your community and help others. Finally, as Maria's wealth and happiness blossomed, she remembered this last piece of advice from her beloved mentor. She sought out places that needed volunteers and started at a local shelter, offering financial literacy workshops to those in need. The joy of giving back and of helping others find their own path to prosperity became one of her greatest rewards. Years later, inspired by the lessons Mrs. Bennet had taught her, Maria sat down to write her own guide. She realized that true prosperity wasn't just about money. It was about living a balanced, fulfilling life and sharing that abundance with others. Her story spread across the city, inspiring countless others to embark on their own journeys toward true prosperity. And thus, the wisdom of the guide lived on through generation after generation. Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. Proverbs 28:27. Whoever gives to the poor will not want, but he who hides his eyes will get many a curse.